Alright, I have a big zit. Very cool. A big zit there. So, if you didn't already see, I'm gonna insert or have inserted two pictures before you see this video. And that's all that was needed to explain what's going on. It was basically, you don't know how to make friends and you do stupid stuff. That's it. That's the baby picture. You don't know how to make friends, therefore you're a baby. And the picture of the two girls is me old enough that I know how to make friends, and I'm planning out your future for you. Because you don't know what you're doing. You're causing trouble, unnecessary trouble. You're causing a lot of unnecessary trouble. So that's all you needed was two pictures. Like, that's all you need to ask. Like, give us in two pictures, in a short sentence, what is going on. We would have been done a long time ago. So it's like your brain is on this racetrack. This NASCAR racetrack that never ends. It has to end. A thought, an idea has to end. Right? You don't see a movie stretching on for millions of years. It ends in 2 hours. It has to end. A story, an idea has to end. A thought has to end. And you can see with Nicole and DeRosa and the Egyptians, their ideas stretch for a long period of time. It never ends. Just never ends. Right? That's a GPS for what's going on in your head. Your ideas just never end. You need to end it. So my project for the Earth, my independent studies, my project is the Earth needs to end. Just like the dinosaurs were wiped out, well, the humans need to be wiped out too. Not literally, they need to leave. It has to end. That story has to end. It can't just go on forever. It has to end so a new beginning can begin. The dinosaurs ended and the new beginning started. An end is always a beginning to a new story. This story has to end. So my independent studies, I'm like, this story has to end. It just can't keep going on like this. So that's why I came up with the video game project, where they have to go through a multiverse to a new environment. So their story ends and begins another story, this video game story. And then when that one ends, they leave. They go back home. So one ending starts another beginning, and then that one ends and starts another. That's what I want them to learn. You're not dying when it ends. You're just starting a new story. So when this Earth story ends, they go into a video game story. And then when they finish that one ends, they go back home. A story needs to end. So that's what the two pictures represent. It's like, yo, the story's going on too long. You need to end it. Like, they're babies. Like, their minds wandering around, and it's like they don't know that you're supposed to end stories. You're not supposed to let it stretch on for a long period of time. So that's that. And then with the multiverse, the reason why I'm going on vacation is it represents, it's symbolic for an ending. One chapter ends, a new chapter is beginning. A new chapter to my life. Okay? So my time on Earth was with the multiverse, and that chapter is ending. My new chapter is beginning. And that's me on vacation for 100 years. And if everyone decides to copy that, so be it. But I'm going to do it because it symbolizes an ending. Because you need to end your stories. So everyone's copying it. It symbolizes an end to a chapter and a new beginning. You're finally doing something new. Finally. Okay? Finally doing something new. Finally. Got to put some chapstick on. But that's what it symbolizes. You are finally doing something new. You've been doing the same thing over and over for trillions of years. The same thing. It needs to end. Right? So if everyone copies that, that's a good thing. Because that chapter needs to end. So that's about ending ideas, ending stories. And that's my idea for the Earth. Get them to a new environment and then back home. Alright, end that environment in a new environment and then back home. And then end that environment and then back home. It's really simple. Right? So it teaches them all you need to do is dedicate yourself. That's it. It's that simple. Make friends, learn how to make friends, dedicate yourself to an idea. That's all you need to learn. That's all you need to learn out here. There is nothing else. There is no physics. There's no being Einstein, being a superstar. There's none of that. Learn how to make friends, and as a group, dedicate yourself to an idea. And just hammer away at that idea until it finishes. And once that idea is done, you move on. You move on. You don't do what the Egyptians did and continue this. No, you don't do that. You move on. Once it's done, you move on. Alright? So, in the new video, so right now they don't know how to make friends on Earth. So what I'm doing in this collaborative video game is you all have to work together. It's a new beginning. You're all friends now. On Earth, you're all enemies. That's fine. That was your idea. That's fine. My idea, my independent studies, is to get you all together to be friends, to work together, and then together you can dedicate yourself. That's all you need to do in life. Dedicate yourself to an idea, and then beat that idea. And that's symbolic of a boss. They're all gonna attack this boss, and then they attack the next boss. There's gonna be 5 bosses. And then once you're done, you're out. You're done. You're free in life. Alright? That's it. It's that simple. There is no Einstein superstar, superhero. There's none of that. It's just an idea. Once you're done with the idea, you leave it. So that's my idea for the video game, my independent studies. Get them all together. And then the next when they're at home, everyone's ending that chapter as well. That chapter will end as well. Alright? Because everyone's gonna leave on vacation to begin their new chapter in life. Right? And then after 100 years, that chapter ends and a new beginning begins. That's what it symbolizes. Right? You're not just on vacation, that's a new chapter in your life. And then when you come back, that's a new chapter. You start completely new because everyone's back. So those are my 2 ideas. Just like the 2 pictures. 2 girls and the baby. Just like the 2 pictures, I have only 2 ideas. That is it. That doesn't make me a genius. It's just 2 ideas that I have. Alright? I'm gonna do it. But it looks like everyone else wants to join in. They're doing it too, and so be it. But I'm gonna do it for myself. Because it's symbolic of something important to me, to my research. That ideas and stories need to end. There needs to be an ending. Right? There can't be this brain that's on a NASCAR track that never ends. You can't. That's just not how to use the brain. Right? You go into the library, you go home. You rest. You stop studying. You stop thinking. You stop. Right? It doesn't just go on forever like that. Right? People are like, oh, we gotta study all our lives. No. You gotta study for a long period of time, but then you stop. You rest. So those are my 2 ideas for myself. It's really for myself. And I'm just involving everyone in it. And they happen to like it and they're participating. And that's cool for you, but that's what I'm doing for myself. So what are you gonna do for yourself on your vacation and when you come back? That's something to think about. On vacation, that's what Min wanted to do, but on my vacation, what do I want to do? Now that I'm free, now that I have all this free time, 100 years, and I don't have to worry about taking care of the family, take care of friends, worrying about anything, what do I want to do for myself? For 100 years and then for eternity, what do I want? What do I want for myself for eternity? Alright? Ask yourself that when you're on vacation. For eternity, and then when you come back, like what would that look like? On a shorter term, when you come back, what would that look like? So 3 things to think about. What do I want to do on vacation? What do I want to be when I come back? And what do I want to be for eternity? What would that look like? Alright. So those are 3 things to think about when you're on vacation. And yeah, I'm just talking about the 2 ideas that I have, my independent studies. So yeah, like, stop that NASCAR racetrack somehow. Like, it's annoying. Like, every day, like, the same thing. Every day, this prayer, this... Every day? It's annoying. Stop that. Do something else. So that's my idea. It's simple, right? And everyone on Earth just chill, right? You're there for the event, but just live your life as if nothing's happening, right? Because this is my idea. This is not your idea, all right? Just think like, oh, that's Min's idea. Who cares? Just live your life. You don't have to be every day sugar rush and excited. Just like, oh, that's Min's idea, whatever. We're just gonna live our lives. So that's how I see it. It's like all of you are babies sleeping. That's why I have the 2 pictures. While the 2 girls are planning, the baby is all of you. You're just babies. You're just asleep in the city. Think of Earth as the city that we all play on. In the city, we're just living our lives as best we can. As you guys and girls, you're just babies living your lives. And while you're doing that, I'm planning something in independent studies. And we'll see how it goes. We don't know if it's successful. We don't know. I'm not a genius. It's just an idea that I have. It's a safe idea, of course, but it's fun and it has meaning behind it. So I'm not doing it randomly. There's a purpose for it. So yeah, just think of it that way. That you guys and girls you're just babies in the city. So be that. You don't have to hype this up, and you don't have to do all that. You're just babies in the city. Just don't care. And while you're doing that, I am gonna plan on visiting myself, and that's when it will start. All right. The multiverse once Min visits himself, it's going. All right, and we don't stop. All right, once Min visits himself, the 100 years starts. 100 years starts then. All right, so I'll be out. I'll be planning. I'll set up the Earth, and the Earth's gonna be like, oh man, you see the multiverse and stuff, but you're not starting yet because Min still has to plan out the blueprint for his home in the multiverse. So it'll just have this big sign on it, like wait a moment before the clock starts. Like, I'll give you like an hour before you begin your video game, but until then it'll just be like begin shortly. Like it'll begin shortly, and then the hour the hour of waiting will begin, and then you can start your video game. The reason why I need that is because I need to create the blueprint of my home for the girls out there who's living with me, for Rose and for my sisters, my Brennan sisters, because we're all gonna live in 3 different homes stacked next to each other, and then a city built right next to it. So I need to build that. So I need to make sure that's all situated. And then once that's all done, and I create my friends, of course. And then after I create my friends that will come with me on my vacation, so they'll see it. They'll be around to see this happen. So after I create my friends that I know for sure are coming with me on my vacation, and we might greet the whole multiverse on a screen. I'm not gonna visit anyone personally, physically, but it'll be on a big screen. It'll be like, hi, we're here, we're watching, we're ready to go, and I'll project that to the multiverse and on Earth, and then I'll start the timer on Earth. You have 1 hour before the video game begins. 1 hour. All right. That's when you get hyper. Don't get hyper right now. You didn't see anything right now. Don't get hyper right now. Once that hour begins, then you can start getting excited. All right. So again, don't be hyper all the time. Know when to do it. Know when to use it. Right? Like not right now, we haven't seen anything yet. And then not when it's beginning shortly. It's when that hour begins. Once that hour begins, then you get to be excited. Not too early. Save your energy. Learn how to conserve energy. You're like a child who's hyper all the time. Don't do that. So when I create my friends who are coming with me on my vacation, and we project that out into the multiverse and go, hey, the hour is starting, and the 100-year clock will begin, and I'm going to create this big thing above my city to tell everyone who comes in, create your own universe that creates everyone. Create your friend group and then go on vacation, right? And there'll be the list of how to make friends. Like there'll be a list of how to make friends. That's it. That's simple. create your own universe, create your own friends. Here's the list of how to make friends, and then go on vacation with us for 100 years. All right. Their 100 years might be shortened depending on when they come. Actually, see, I don't know. I want to make it depending on my time, so they come back on my time. So if you come in like 50 years into my 50 years, you'll have only 50 years. If you come in 20 years, you only have 20 years. Maybe something like that. So we all come back at the same time. It's what I want. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So if you start at 50 years, you only have 50 years. If you start at 20 years, you only have 20 years. If you start at 1 year before I come back, you only have 1 year. And then if it's like minutes away, don't even bother, because Min's gonna come back a minute from now. So I'll explain all that on a video, and when kids come in, they can see the video and they'll know what to do. Right? It's very user friendly. Right? They'll look at the video. Okay, I need to create a universe. I need to create my friends. This is how we make friends. That's what they've been stuck on. How we make friends, and that's it. That's all you need to learn right now. You don't need to learn anything else. Right? So if Min's on 50-year vacation, start your clock on 50 years. If Min's on 20 years, 20 years. If Min is an hour away, 24 hours away, don't even bother. You're not on vacation. You're just waiting. All right? So if Min is like a year away, don't even bother. Right? So like, really, it's like 5 years, right? So if Min is 5 years away, just go play. Just go play in the multiverse. He's 5 years away. He's gonna come back very soon. You just don't have time for vacation, right? So maybe not 5 years. If 5 years, you stay in for 5 years, but like 1 year, right? If you come and Min is 1 year away, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Just go play in the multiverse, go mess around on Earth, do whatever you want, because Min is 1 year away and he's gonna come back. Right? So when it's 1 year, 5 years you're on vacation. But if it's 1 year away, don't even bother going on vacation. Create your universe, create your friends, learn about how to make friends, and just go play. Right? Because Min is 1 year away from coming back. Right? So that's what I'll explain on the video with my friends. Right? When I create my friends, we'll make that video, and on Earth it will begin shortly. You guys are on pause. So with my friends, we'll just create the videos like, okay, in 50 years, be on 50-year vacation, 20 years, 5 years, but 1 year, don't bother. Right? You do the 3 things, and then you just go out and play. Right? Because Min's gonna come back, and you can surprise Min, you can surprise everyone if you want. And I'll just do that with my friends in the back. Make that video. So when they see that on the big Jumbotron, they'll know what to do. Alright, so have everything planned out. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So it really is just those 2 images and how to make friends. That's all you did. Everything else was nonsense. It was just running laps. So it was those 2 pictures and how to make friends. That was all that was happening. That was all that was happening. Alright? And then I'm gonna make a video with my friends when I create them, for kids who come in and we're all gone to know what to do. Right? So it was those 3 things, and then Min making the video. See how easy that was? We would have been done with this a long time ago. It's that easy. Alright? So yeah, that's it, man. Like, and so don't get too hyper too soon. Alright? So just wait it out. So that's all I wanted to say before we head out, because I am doing it. I will do it. Because it's an idea that I really like. Right? I really like this idea, and I think it will help all of you out a lot. Because it looks like you're on this weird racetrack that you can't get off of. So I really like this idea. I really think it will help everyone out. I am gonna do it. Alright, so don't get hyper too soon. I am gonna do it.